Have you ever been experienced? Oh, look at that in the distance. This park. This is in a little bitty oil town, Aztec, New Mexico. It's right down there in the top corner. You can zank around that corner. Now, right off the bat, you might be saying to yourself, what is this? What are you showing me? This looks like nothing. Oh, buddy. This is something. You know, I thought I knew how to skate transition, but this place is so unique, it seriously is making me reevaluate that belief. Which gets me into, what is even knowing? Is it a deep familiarity with a topic? Or is it that kind of understanding that guy at the park has where he can tell you exactly how to do every single trick? He doesn't really ever demonstrate that. And when you look at his board, his trucks are so tight that it's set on the ground with one cheek up like it's about to let out some gas. Nah, that dude has a belief in skateboarding. He doesn't have a knowledge of it. Now, some people will tell you that knowledge is just not being stupid. Now, Fyodor Dostoevsky said, if man is not stupid, he is phenomenally ungrateful. I am so grateful that I got to skate this park. I still think about it all the time, and it's been a few months since I came here. No matter how you slice it, knowledge is an intangible, kind of like a dream. Materials will tell you, dreams are just how your brain learns things. But that explanation has no poetry, and poetry, like knowledge, is the metaphysical aspect of making connection. It's the liminal space between risk and reward, the aspect of being accepted or rejected. Look at this place. Every single inch of these walls, the texture, the love, the depth of creative terror that they create inside of a person. Now, you could pursue risk in the pursuit of emotional growth with the texture on this thing. Or you could pursue risk in that back lip that's just hanging on where your toes are just about to leave the board and you still manage to squeak her out. On the one hand, when you take a risk, the culmination of the human experience takes place. You hold immediacy, emotion, spectacle, and brevity inside of an instant. You know I love a bank to curb. Man, it happens fast too. And like Jake Phelps said, speed is mandatory in all endeavors. On the other hand, you have the risk of destruction, going down the drain like that Dorito almost did. There are 2 pools at this park, and they both feel real and natural. But you would have had to skate a few pools to know that, and that brings me back to epistemology. If you actually know something, you can synthesize it as part of your own identity. You can explain it because it's part of who you are. It's part of your experience. The same way that somebody says they love live music. They've experienced it. They've felt the vibrations coursing through their body. The same way you can hear a love song and know what he's talking about. Or know whenever somebody's singing a hardcore song, you know what it's like to be betrayed. Why are those guys always singing about betrayal? Maybe they're the bad friend. This is the better of those 2 ponds, and this one just shoots you right up into the air. I was surprised that I was flying. I'm not a guy who's very good at doing airs. In fact, I'm not a guy who's very good at staying on the skateboard, and rolling down into this thing, I was holding on for dear life the entire time. But like G.K. Chesterton said, destruction is finite. Obstruction is infinite. In this context, I'll say that knowing is in the doing. You can hang on for an almost infinite amount of time just to grab that experience. Speaking of experience, when I rolled down here and I did a little air over this thing, whacked my face right into this Russian olive. Well, after putting my face into that tree, I can tell you that the proof is in the pudding, and the knowing is in the doing, and the doing has to transcend the physical reality to exist inside the tension of obstruction. I think that's why flavors are so much more delicious at cold or at hot temperatures. Well, tombstones usually mark the end of something. And if the soup seems cold, gazpacho yourself. And if knowledge is in the doing, go get off the shelf. See you next time.